Have you seen our toothbrush? This is a great one.
Yes!
Weren't you pregnant? I ran into someone I hadn't seen since she was pregnant. Me, how's being a mom? Her, oh, I'm not edit. I'll never ask again. I miscarried a few months ago shortly after telling everyone, and now it's an awkward conversation every time I see someone who knew when I'm out to drinking.
Yes!
Why does everyone hate you so much? I hate this one so much. I lived in a small town so everybody knew everybody. High school was rough. I didn't know how to stick up for myself and soon became the scapegoat for bullies and rumors. Once our senior year hit, people matured a little and started for being nicer to me. I made a lot of friends suddenly, and all of them would ask, why does everybody hate you? You're not like they say. It was awkward because most of those people were the ones contributing to the rumors, bullying. I don't know. Why did you? Gods, I wish I could go back in time and ask a few people that.
Yes!
Do you have a sister by chance? Would you settle for a brother? Would you settle for me?
Yes!
What kind of debt are you in? The mafia are currently fighting a turf war over the collection of said debt. It's made me pretty popular.
Yes!
I once had a stranger tell me, I saw that, and I was like, saw what? You were checking out that girl. I honestly had no clue what he was talking about because I seriously wasn't checking out anyone. But he kept insisting that I was and that I should stop denying it. The dude was like 40. What the fuck was his problem? Fucking embarrassing, man. You don't have to lie. Why are you getting mad? Only guilty people get defensive. That is not correct. I'm getting pissed because you're accusing me of something I didn't do. You fuck.
Yes!
Can you tell me something about yourself? Edit. Wow, the power of a single word. Lol. Thanks for the award. If it's not in a professional setting, my go-to is, I have 3 nipples. Depending on their response, it's either a great conversation starter to break the ice, or we wouldn't get along well anyway.
Yes!
At a job interview, do I have to do a drug test? You do now. I actually asked this question once and I was told if we tested everybody we wouldn't have enough employees. LMAO circa 2005, but not my story personally. This is paraphrased heavily from years of interview WTF's conversations. Dude, this is Silicon Valley. The company founders are at Burning Man this week, as are all the other acid heads, kinksters, stoners, some of the furries, and the guy who did the photos of half-naked fire poi dancers you can see on the wall over there. You're talking to the soberest person in the building except the 2 guys who are in AA. And even I've got my MMJ card. Don't tell HR I said any of that. I mean, they're freaks too. But they'd be weirded out that it came up at all. That's the sort of under-the-table shit I have at my current work. I work at a film studio, and when everyone clocks off they turn into animals.
Yes!
Do you think your friends ever regret meeting you? Not generally, no. Friendship is largely optional on their part.
Yes!
Are you uncomfortable? If they say no, then you should reply with, do you want me to make you uncomfortable? While unbuckling your belt. Then when they panic and say no, you take off your belt and put a new one on.
Yes!
Did you bathe properly today? This is a conversation I had to have with a coworker once. His smell was very distracting for everyone in the office. Guy's wife had died and he just sort of stopped taking care of himself afterward. A couple of us got him set up with a therapist. He left the company shortly after for a less stressful job. But I saw on FB a while later the guy is doing much better. Good to hear he is doing good now.
Yes!
I'm not sure if it counts, but if someone asks you, hey, can you move over a seat so I can be next to my friend? Especially if you thought the person asking you was your friend. Along the same lines, when at parties with friends I was always asked to take pictures of people, but no one ever asked to be in a pic with me. It stung. Okay, I have this issue. friends always post pictures on Instagram at football games, parties, etc., so I know they take pictures. But whenever I'm with them, no one ever offers to take pictures with me. And so I feel like I have to force people to begrudgingly take pictures with me. And usually I suggest we get a picture and people act like they forget. Once at a party, everyone was taking pics. This girl specifically, who I was friends with although not that close, was taking pictures with everyone. Someone pulled a phone around the time she was next to me and asked us to smile for a pic. Which I did, and she covered her face.
Yes!
Doctor, in front of parents, are you sexually active? Now that's when you start bragging. Haha, your dad fist bumps you when your mom isn't looking.
Yes!
Tell me about yourself. Windows has decided to shut down. I have a problem where whenever anyone asks me my favorite book, movie, band, etc., I cannot think of a single thing I've ever seen or heard. Same goes for if, and it would be a rare occasion anyway, I was to do karaoke. I had to save a list of songs that I actually know in my phone notes so I don't just flip through the song book and increasing anxiety.
Yes!
How come I wasn't invited? One time my entire class planned a movie outing and told me the wrong movie theater so I wouldn't come. There I was, 12 years old, left to watch a movie by myself knowing everyone in my class hated me. It was a rough time. This broke my heart reading this. I hope those kids are grown-ups now that feel deep shame and remorse when they remember what they did to you.
Yes!
I was once invited to a party, at the end of which the hostess asked me, "How do you keep finding out about these?" That fucking stung. Never talk to them again. That's so mean. I would just say, I was invited. The worst part was this was like the main group I had been hanging with since freshman year. That happened my senior year. At a junior prom, I was in line to get our pictures taken with my date and a group of his friends were in line with us. I remember the group of girls said, "She's not going to be in the picture with us, is she?" I tried to be friends with them, but after that I just gave up and moved on.
Yes!
Are we still friends? Or, who's your best friend? Especially when one of your friends asks. It takes me back to when my best friend casually started talking about how much she wished she had a best friend.
Yes!
If you come in the back office with me right now, just you and me, are you gonna be cool about it or be a snitch? Asked by my old boss at a grocery store. He just was offering me shots off Fireball because it was almost closing time on New Year's Eve, but the phrasing sounded kinda fishy. Sounded super fishy.
Yes!
Why are you so quiet? Me starts speaking, gets interrupted repeatedly. Why are you so quiet? This makes my blood boil. I'm a fairly quiet person in social settings and have received this question a few times. It makes you and the people around you feel awkward. Like, let people be quiet if they want to be. Not everyone is a social butterfly. I get anxious easily, even around my own family since they get pretty loud. My ex's family was also loud and always asked me why I was quiet. Especially his one aunt that went so far as to tell me I didn't belong in their family. Mind you, I only met them a handful of times so I didn't know them well. I responded with, "I guess I don't belong in mine either then." Cue her surprised Pikachu face and us walking out. I was kind of proud of that, haha.
Yes!
I saw an old high school acquaintance at a club once. She had always been super skinny in HS, but this night she had a very pronounced belly. I assumed since she had always been skinny and only had grown in her belly that she was pregnant. She was not. Editing this after my BF insisted that I tell the whole story. I can't remember exactly how I asked her, but she replied in a half-laugh that she wasn't pregnant. Me, thinking she was joking, replied, "Oh, just a big lunch then?" while patting her stomach. Then I laughed and walked away. My cousin later told me what I had done and informed me that she had a 1-year-old and hadn't lost her baby weight. I will never do that again. As a male, I operate under a policy that the only time that you can ask a woman if she's pregnant is if she is in active labor and the baby is crowning. And even then you must exclaim surprised that you had no idea. That is a really excellent policy. The one time I asked, it was so fucking obvious that she was pregnant, skinny all over. Huge pregnancy belly, but she wasn't.
Yes!
Where's my hug? Lol, this gives me some flashbacks. After work on a Friday, I was saying goodbye to one of my friends and I gave her a hug. Here comes Brett. Hey, where's my hug? So I gave him the biggest bear hug, the kind that traps their arms at their sides, and picked him up off the ground. There's your hug, Brett. My friend said he didn't ask much after that, but you bet your balls I'd tell Brett, hey Brett, I got your hug right here buddy, with outstretched arms. He would give me an uncomfortable look like ew gross. Yeah Brett, that's how you are making everyone feel. As a woman I very much appreciate this response.